Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Jordan here. Today is a very exciting day because we're actually going to be taking a detailed look at the LEGO Ideas The Botanical Garden. While I was in Billund, Denmark, I had the opportunity of interviewing Chris McVeigh, who is the lead designer on this LEGO Ideas project. And of course, I'm going to be sharing that with you here today in this video. The set consists of 3,792 pieces, so it's pretty big. The building sits on 2 base plates, and it also comes with 12 minifigures. This set is going to retail for $330 starting on November 1st, which I think is actually quite fair, especially when you compare it to some of the recent IP releases. This set is loaded full of interesting building techniques and new elements, and Chris McVeigh is going to walk us through it all.
Hi, my name is Chris McVeigh, and I am a senior model designer working in LEGO Ideas. And this is 21353 LEGO Ideas The Botanical Garden. This is based on the fan submission by fan designer Valentina Bima. And we have a model here that actually is 2 base plates wide, so that's 64 bricks wide. It also has 12 unique minifigures. And we've tried to include a lot of animal life in it as well. So there are 4 birds, a dog, a frog, a squirrel, and a bunny. And if you look hard enough, you may also find a little beetle as well. The model is structured, it's symmetrical. It has 2 wings on it, or for 3 total atriums. The main atrium over here houses the tallest plants and a large variety of different plant species in its main gardens. Over on this side, we have the Arid garden, so naturally this is where you will find the cacti. And on this side, we have the cafe, where a barista will serve you a coffee and perhaps a muffin when you want to take a break from touring the botanical gardens. The gardens does have 3 removable roofs, so naturally the large roof here comes off, and we can take the 2 side roofs off as well. And also, to make sure that you could have access to position and see minifigures, we have 2 removable walls. So this one allows you to see into the cafe, and over here this one allows you to see into the Arid garden. We also have these 2 trees as removable. So right here we have a eucalyptus, and we also have a date palm. And these are removable again, so you can get in and you can see things going on in the botanical gardens itself, and also appreciate some of the plant species that we have spaced around the edges in the various garden areas. So for example, over here we have lupins made out of roller skates. Here we have an angel trumpet in light yellow. Here we have a bird of paradise, which is actually a little bit of an Easter egg for both myself as a designer of the icons bird of paradise, and to the fan designer Valentina, who says that one of her favorite plants is the bird of paradise. Also on this side, I won't get into too much, but we do have a coffee plant here, so we have a little bit of a story of the baristas actually growing some coffee beans over here in the garden. We have a funny little story here between this mother and son, who the son has decided that he would like to do something nice for his mom, so he picks her a flower, which is probably not what he should do at a botanical gardens, and so she's a little bit aghast at it. Over here we have anthuriums. We have some vines, we have some bamboo, we have some fungi and mushrooms here. We also, if you look underneath, I don't know if you can see that, but there are some pitcher plants as well. Here we have a very nice little observation deck with a spiral staircase. This is something that we adapted from the fan model. Valentina had a very large spiral staircase, but we needed to bring down the size a bit so that we could focus more of the interior space to plants. But the smaller footprint, I think, still captures the spirit of the staircase that she had. And of course, we have the observation deck here so that you can get up and close with the eucalyptus and the date palm.
Are these all print pieces that I'm seeing here? Like
this is a sticker.
Okay.
So there are 5 total stickers, a very small sticker sheet. So we have Arid Garden, we have the cafe, we have 2 stickers for the cash registers. So you have a sticker right here. and then there's a similar cash register at the front. And then we have one larger sticker that's on the back of this this wall element here, and it contains information about the botanical gardens, as well as quite a few Easter eggs and nods to the fan designer, including a little version of her dog, a line art version of her original submission, and some other details.
And those are new printed elements there, the 1x1 tiles?
That is correct. We made some little 1x1 tiles that were printed as information plaques. And you will get, I think, 5 or 6 of them in the model. And we also did another printed element over here. You can see it right there.
A clover.
Clover, the 4-leaf clover. This was another request by the fan designer.
Okay.
A little bit late in development, she had asked if she could actually have that, and we thought, we don't have that. That is great, and it absolutely, works really well with the botanical garden idea. So we incorporated that, and you'll get 5 of them in this model.
Oh, nice. And it looks like you get lots of these. These are new elements as well,
yes.
Like the flowers.
Yes, that's correct. We developed that element for this model. And you may have seen it in other models that have already had been revealed, but it was developed specifically for this model. And what I love about it is just how flexible it is. I can use it for so many different flowers. So over here we have hydrangeas. Here we have something called an ice cream tulip. Here we have peonies. We have additional construction over here, just on a stem. Here, and I will just bring it out for you to make it a little easier to see. We have a cactus that uses that element, and over here we have a daisy type flower that is used we've created by turning that element over. So I've tried to use that element in this model as many times as possible in as many different ways as possible. And you do get quite a few of them in the model itself, and in 5 different colors, as you can see on that plate right there.
Mm-hmm. I like the way you did the planter, just something as simple as alternating the 1x2 tiles and the 1x2 circular plates. That's nice. Seems like a nice stone look.
Yeah, and it also helps with placement of the plants as well.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I want to point out to you here is this is one of my favorite recolors in the set. This is the banana peel recolored to green to be used as plant leaves.
Very nice. These here, have they always been in the dark red? Is that a recolor, or is that?
It definitely was not a recolor for this model. They've existed, but unfortunately I couldn't tell you which set they actually were in first.
What about this bird in that color?
That bird was in the D&D set.
Okay.
So we brought that into this set as well, just to make sure that we have a little bit of variety in the in the birds, I guess here.
Yeah.
And we do have another bird that is set up shop inside the garden itself.
And right there we can see the new element to do the corner.
Yes.
That's a nice.
And this element was, I think, one of the biggest discussion points when developing this model.
Mm-hmm.
What would we create to define the architecture? And we looked at many different options, but we decided, I think, fairly early on that this element, which had just been developed, would really be great if it could be extended to have a corner. And then when we took this element here, and I essentially took the 1x6 and cut one stud off to make it the 1x5, we really did then have a full roofing system.
That's nice. Did you take any inspiration from the Lego Friends Botanical Garden?
No specific inspiration. Valentina's fan model was really inspiring in and of itself. So the Friends model actually came out while we were in development with this model. One thing that we did take note of was how much the fan community loved the Friends Botanical Garden. Mm-hmm. And so if we were doubting, our, not that we were, but if we ever had a doubt about the decision to move ahead with this garden, certainly seeing just how it inspired people and how they combined two of the friend sets together or more of them and built larger botanical gardens, that just reinforced our decision to go ahead with this.
You use the sand green windows, so that was a great choice, just because it sort of matches the botanical feel, like a nice off green color, which I think matches well.
Yeah. And that we had quite a few discussions about the colors of the windows and the doors, but in the end we did circle right back to sand green because it felt like aesthetically it made it feel like a botanical gardens.
It's funny, I like this accessory. Is that like a leaf blower?
Yes, he has a little leaf blower because he's cleaning up some leaves. The Arid garden section, so we have 4 different cactus species.
Oh, that's just your regular cable, hey? Is that a newish element with the... It almost looks like a whip, but it has...
It is a newish element, but it was not created for this set. So, unfortunately, I can't recall what set it debuted in. I'd have to look that up for you.
And there's a little seating area back here.
Yes. We wanted to make sure that we had a lot of place for minifig storytelling, and it felt the minute that we had decided we were going to do a barista or a cafe, that we also wanted to have a little place on the exterior that people, or minifigures rather, could sit. 3 headphone sets in total, and 2 of them are hanging on the wall, and there is a little bit of a communication, I think, in the sticker about the audio tour.
The coloring of the floor, it reminds me of the Natural History Museum.
Yes. We did quite a few loops on deciding what the right color for the floor would be, and in the end we came back to tan or brick yellow, just because it's a very good neutral that doesn't draw too much focus.
Yeah.
So that's how we ended up with that. But yeah, we had a couple of other color experiments there, but settled on that one. I think I've actually shared this a couple of times today, but one of the things that I really like doing is builds that you can make in your hand and then you put into the model.
Yeah. And
I have the silliest thing that I liked in this model, and really it's it's a small detail, but for some reason I was quite happy with it. So in this little counter, I have managed to position the donuts and the cookies so that they're slanted forward, like they're in an actual, on an actual, I guess, slanted tray, real size counter. It's very simple the way I did it, but just being able to have that extra little angle in there, for some reason made me happy. I guess another detail is, I guess, the coffee maker type thing. And several of the plant builds where you make them in your hand and you put them into the model, for me, feel quite satisfying as a designer.
So how long have you been working on developing this project?
It's not just me involved in development. The core part of my involvement is really, I think, about 4 months. But there are so many other people involved in the development of this. So as I am developing the basic model itself, we had, I think, 4 different element designers active in developing those 4 elements. And in particular, the 5x5 corner wall element. That also involved engineering because we needed to make sure that it was designed to be sturdy and could support, a little bit of weight being pushed on it so that people could build on that element. We had Matt Parsons on as a graphic designer to define the minifig lineup and create the new minifig elements as necessary. So that included the overalls for the employees, the torso that was made for the fan designer, with a little name tag. He also created all the stickers and the special face. In addition to that, of course, after the involvement of the element designers and the graphic designers, myself as the model designer, Valentina as the fan designer, and her input at regular intervals. Once I'm done this part, it goes down the line, and then we have the people like the people who work on our building instructions that get involved, and then packaging and stuff like that. So it is a team effort that takes months and many more months than just my involvement as model designer. So I wanted to make sure that I got that in there.
Yeah. So what do you think of this new LEGO idea set? My gosh, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I think it's going to be very popular. And the price is $330 US, 3,792 pieces, 12 minifigures, a bunch of critters, flowers, building techniques, new parts, and all that. All of the people involved did a fantastic job of taking this LEGO idea set and bringing it to life. There we go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you stay tuned for some more great stuff because, of course, I'm going to be building this and placing it in my LEGO city. Thank you so much. Have yourselves a great day. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Farewell.